The ANC in Gauteng is expected to communicate the outcomes of its meeting regarding members allegedly fingered in tender corruption. Presidential spokesperson Khusela Diko and Gauteng Health MEC Bandile Masuku are two names that have cropped up regarding tenders for the supply of personal protection equipment. For some context, let me bring in SABC political reporter Samkele Maseko. Samkele, a very good morning to you. So the African National Congress in Gauteng has intervened on, the widely reported allegations of PPE procurement processes within the Gauteng Department of Health. A special PEC meeting was scheduled for yesterday, to be a fly on the wall in that meeting. What are you hearing from your sources, Samkele? What can we expect from this press briefing later today?
It's not yet clear what the ANC PEC deliberated and decided upon when it comes to the issues of alleged corruption against their PwC member Khusela Diko and other ordinary additional PEC members that would be Dr. Bandile Masuku, who is also an MEC of Health in Gauteng, and also the Deputy Regional Secretary of the ANC in Johannesburg, and also the MMC of Cooperative Services in the Johannesburg Council. That would be the spouse of Bandile Masuku, Loyiso Masuku. There were deliberations in a special PEC that was held yesterday. We also do know that the Premier of the province, David Makura, did speak on the various SIU investigations that have taken place by the SIU in the province of tender irregularities within the Department of Health procurement system. We remember also the Chief Financial Officer of the department resigned, but some of our sources in that PEC are saying that this issue has to go to the Integrity Commission of the party within the province, and they will provide a way forward on what happens to the three leaders of the ANC fingered in this tender scandal of PPEs that was given to Royal Park Projects, which is owned by Khusela Diko's husband. They, as a family of Diko's, released a statement yesterday saying that it was hindsight and not thought through for the husband, Chief Thandisiwe Diko, to do business with the state on the virtue that the spouse, Khusela Diko, is the spokesperson of President Cyril Ramaphosa and is also an influential figure within the ANC in Gauteng as a PEC and PwC member.
Yeah, the Dikos releasing a statement yesterday accepting that years of cronyism have created an environment of mistrust and suspicion when individuals who are close to political office and influence are seen to be benefiting from the state in ways that may be unethical. And knowing that, Samkele, why on earth would King Madzekane II even consider doing business with this department in the first place? What were some of the reasons spelled out in the statement?
Some of the reasons that are spelled out in the statement is that the king does not receive any grant from government. The king has years of experience and has various degrees from the University of Pretoria, also has an honours degree or a master's degree when it comes to governance within the public sphere. So these are some of the reasons that he ventured into the business fraternity, saying that he sits on a number of boards that would include Centec, that would include CETAS within the Department of Higher Education. He's just been appointed on the 1st of June, on the 1st of June to the Independent Audit Committee company here in the city of Johannesburg. So he has a history within the business sphere. They are saying that they, as the Diko and Masuku family, are very close. Their years of friendship predate the duo of the two families being within the public service. They've been in a number of business ventures together as families. Some of them have been fruitful, some of them have not been fruitful. So these are some of the issues that were raised within this public statement that was released by the Diko family. But one thing is for sure and certain is that there seems to be regret from the family side of the Dikos of doing business, particularly within the Department of Health, knowing the close proximity that the both families have with Loyiso Masuku, the spouse of the MEC of Health, Dr. Bandile Masuku, on these various issues, particularly knowing that they are now in public service and there will be scrutiny around what they do within these particular positions, and especially when a tender is awarded to the spouse of Khusela Diko.
Yeah. Until recently, King Madzekane II was the chief executive officer of the Alfred Nzo Development Agency. This is according to the statement. Prior to that, he served on the boards as the deputy chairperson. He has also served on the board. He was a member of the Ingwe Tivet College, among other positions. From what you are learning, Samkele, was he qualified to sit on those positions?
From the statement that was released yesterday, it seems as if he did have qualifications to sit on these particular boards. He did have a set of skills that he has, and hoped that he would be able to use those particular skills in furthering the work that these various entities were doing. Not much is known about the king. He came into the fore pretty much on his marriage with Khusela Diko, and that's how he became to be known. He's became very famous or infamous now, particularly within this tender scandal that is embroiled within the Department of Health here in Gauteng. But what is rather interesting is that the king, Khusela Diko, nor the Department of Health have released the cancellation letter of this particular contract that was awarded to Royal Park of 125 million rands to supply PPEs to the Department of Health here in Gauteng. So it's only words that we are hearing from the department, from Khusela Diko, and from the King Matekane Diko on this particular issue, but no tangible proof such as a cancellation letter has been sent out to the public domain.
Do you think that they might have furnished both the ANC as well as any investigating body with regards to this proof?
We're hoping that actually that the provincial secretary of the ANC and the ANC leadership in the province, after their own special PEC meeting, after Khusela Diko, Masuku and Bandile Masuku also had an engagement with some of the ANC's POPs in the province. That would be Pakstau, the deputy secretary Nomanto Ramalucha, and also the treasurer Pakstau. After they had an engagement with them on these particular issues, that these particular leaders of the ANC in Gauteng would be able to provide the tangible proof that indeed this contract was cancelled. Also, our very own Khusela Lewis will be attending the Premier's briefing on the various SIU investigations that have been happening in the province, on the procurement systems that are there in the Department of Health, that the Premier Makura will shed some light on these particular issues. We also do know that the SIU, through its own spokesperson, Kaiza Khanyago, had confirmed that they are looking into the issues of the procurement systems, and particularly the awarding of PPE tenders in the Department of Health here in Gauteng.
Yeah, we will be crossing to Khusela Lewis shortly, so viewers stand by for that report. Before I let you go, Samkele, the king, he says he will resign as an independent audit committee member of the Johannesburg market, the Joburg market, and this because the appointment itself has now been mired in controversy. Do we know what that job entailed?
It's not yet clear what that job entails. For instance, I've looked at it, but it merely looks at the work that the market has been doing, conducting various audits and assisting various communities in getting access to those particular markets. These are some of the issues I think perhaps may be entailing that particular kind of work. I don't know whether the king has the various expertise to be able to do that kind of work. But one question that boggles my mind is where does this particular company sit? Does it sit under the Office of Corporate Services in the city of Johannesburg, under that particular MMC? Was Loiso Masuku or not? How did that particular appointment come about? The king said that he applied to sit on that particular board. What was the criteria of the selection process in selecting people to sit on those boards? That's my million-dollar question.
No one has better eyes on this situation. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting, Samkele. Come back to us with any further developments. Be well.